Well, Dirt, the people have spoken. They want you here as a permanent resident. And just as a reminder, the robots do have to take any orders given by humans. And Dirt is a 12-year-old human. So you've effectively just put a pig child in charge of Android Colony. This surely won't backfire. There you go. You can go to the top of the pecking order. Welcome to this nice, wholesome, child-led robot colony where things are going to be, they're going to be positive. We're going to be optimistic. I'm going to endeavor to make this the most wholesome, nice series that we've ever had going because they're just lovely, friendly robots. And again, we're not going to flip to evil. This isn't some elaborate Skymine setup. On the subject of being wholesome, I did see a comment from somebody saying that I'm too mean to the audience and I always shit on them. I hope that that is absolutely not taken that way. The rants are always meant to be a silly joke. That's all. Never meant to be mean. This is a wholesome occasion now, okay? I don't think I've ever genuinely been moved to any sort of emotion by any negative comment or criticism ever. Certainly not to the extent I would go on an actual, real, legitimate rant. That would be somewhat unhinged. It's all just supposed to be silly. Silly, fun humor. Not quite as silly and fun as marooning 3 androids on the moon to grow vegetables. Reusable, eco-friendly, balanced vegetables. We're always trying to get more seeds and we're always trying to put more into the system than we're taking out here. Actually, on the subject of that, a slight fishy controversy. So, I need to talk about what the plan for the fish robots were. I didn't quite realize it would be as out of hand as it was. I have nerfed the robots fishing. It's very, very, very slow now to the extent that we would never be able to realistically power the ships from that anymore. It's all going to be because of the hydroponics and the biofuel and the reusable stuff. So I actually added the robot fishing mod so that when we get mechanoid raids, when the colony wealth is sufficiently high enough that they'll turn up, that we can knock down the centipedes, we can take control of them with our mechanator, and we can repurpose them. We can repurpose them as fishing bots, very much swords to plowshares. That was always the plan with that, but unfortunately, I didn't realize that the hauling bots, the constructor bots, the bots that we can build can also do it, and also do it really, really quickly. So hopefully it won't be a problem anymore. We're not just going to be dredging the ocean floor to power a rocket. Now, our end goal is to bring peace and unity to the planet, right? With the robots being the defenders of the environment and the humans here. So I think it would make sense if we build a few more signs so that we can keep track of how close we are to bringing peace to the factions by capturing the people, converting them over, and releasing them back into the world. The problem is, I don't think there's a way to find out right now how many we've converted over. So next time we get a raid, I'll make sure I make note of that so that we can keep track of it a bit easier. Keep in mind very clearly on the screen how well we're doing being friendly robots. There's a couple of comments that I want to act on very quickly. Somebody said you accidentally sent a child, or without thinking you sent a child to, I don't know who it was. I think it might have been Mort. Yeah, it was you, right? Let's have a look at your info a second. Mort is a 13-year-old. Okay, yeah, I accidentally sent a child over to the recycling plant. I will bring them back so that we can educate them alongside Dirt as well, as was the original plan. The piece of advice I got is that, you know, Asimov's upset because apparently we don't have a hospital, even though we have a very impressive hospital currently. Apparently, it's because on every map we have, we need a proper dedicated hospital. So we need to actually build one up here on the moon as well. At some stage, though, I am going to have to think about a way to make sure that any refugees that appear on the moon are capable of being saved properly. Bearing in mind, we had something like 3 refugee requests up there, and the problem is, of course, it's the moon. If we accept it, they're just going to immediately die from the explosive decompression. But every time we do that, not only are the robots upset that we ignored a quest, but they're also upset because it's a charity quest as well. So we've got the -4 there and some other negatives that I think have gone by now. Guess what we could do is build a wall as close to the edge as we can get here and then throw down like an auto door. We could seal the whole thing without using, obviously, the transparent roof idea, though it would be kind of cool, is a little bit silly. We could throw down a bunch of entrances. I'll have to put quite a few, and then try and make the whole thing airtight, because these buildings do count as airtight, right? If we put doors along the whole thing like this, then we could also throw down some emergency spacesuits as well. I think that might be a good idea. Just at kind of points around here so they can immediately get into a spacesuit and hopefully not die on us. But I guess we'd have to do something like that, and then we'd have to seal this bit up here. Because roofing over the whole map is still a little bit crazy, let's do something like this, where we've got these kind of safety zones. If we make these airtight, fill them with heaters, so it's it's at least habitable. That way, when we get refugees on the moon, they can hide out, and then we can either just keep them in there until we can do something with them, like maybe move the ship over and bring them to the planet, Or we can just put spacesuits in there, like I said, and have them join the main part of the moon base. And that's the best I've got for now. So we're just going to have to leave it like that. Mort's here. Hello, Mort. Let's make sure we've always got clothes for people. Why do you not have clothes? Oh, because it defaulted to civilian droid there. Whoops. We'll set up a basic clothes selection for people that join the colony, because the last thing I think we need is a bunch of naked people running around. That doesn't seem like we're giving them luxuries here. Why have you broken down? Oh my god, a psychite dependency. Okay, that's interesting. You need that to survive. After 30 days, you fall into a coma. After 60 days, you die. Okay, that's a really, really interesting mechanic. What do we do about that? We could try and bioengineer them to remove that psychite dependency. That would be kind of a nice thing to do, I suppose. Not change everything about them, because this is still who they are, but if we at least take away that, it might be defending humanity, I guess. And the problem with that, though, is, like, where do we draw the line? Do we also take away aggressive? Do we take away pollution stimulus? Because those are negative aspects. How are we looking? The defenses are in a pretty good place, and the biofuel, I presume, is in a pretty good place, too, given all of these plants that we're growing. Now, I want to avoid the obvious stuff. Sky mines, putting humanity in caskets, giving them joy wires, keeping them drugged out the mines so they're constantly happy. It needs to be, again, in harmony with the ecosystem. And I feel like this glitter tech stuff is basically perfect for that. The skill train is just to inherently make them better is totally fine. Teeth replacement, body perfecting, and then there are those addiction removers and things like that too. So this all seems really, really good. And I think the earlier we start this, the more benefit we're going to get in the long term, because we have to build these gutter world analyzers. They take a long, long time to start. So let's we'll finish this research to make our droids better. Then let's do it. Let's start making this place as glitter world as we can. Hey, how's this for a vanity project? A lot of people are saying that the robots don't really have much personality. And I do kind of agree, especially given that they look very similar. I mean, Carver and Machiavelli are identical. And machines are designed for one specific job, right? As it's running currently, it's just your kind of standard Rimworld, do what you're good at, and then fall back on some backup jobs. What if you make it so they can only do the job they're designed for? Set them on an anything schedule so that they'll obviously focus on their job, but then they can do all the other things around the colony, entertain guests if we do eventually get those in. Like Machiavelli is right now, educate the child. Whole group of different specialized robots educating one human person is, very bizarre, but quite a fun aesthetic. That's very ominous. I'm not sure I want Machiavelli educating the child anymore. I like that idea a lot, because then it also gives us a very legitimate reason to try and turn them all into tier 4 androids. It's more efficient. We'll let them do their tasks faster, and we can do a lot more with just having one of each specialized droid. And going after things like specialized limbs is going to be a lot better, because we're not just going to have everybody, as they are right now, working in the farm. We're going to have one very dedicated robot doing it. Let's upgrade Machiavelli and Carver then to kick things off. We'll start work on the Glitter World analyzers. As soon as we get those set up, the more stuff we'll get. And then let's go for any sort of limbs or bionics. We still can't do specialized limbs. Is there anything we've got unlocked here? Bionic replacements couldn't hurt. The question is, what can we install in the androids, I suppose? How about GlitterNet? Rather than Skynet, the malevolent all-killing machine, we make literally GlitterNet using the GlitterNet mod, the benevolent machine that helps humanity. There's a lot of stuff going on here, but we would have to keep our robots constantly connected to the GlitterNet to use a lot of these bionics. But that seems really cool. Bunch of network robots? It's a lot of research, though. That's the only problem. And it would make things more efficient, too. That is a lot of stuff. Oh, my God. Okay, let's start small. Let's go for the GlitterNet itself. And then let's go for, like, the research networking for that, so that we can get all the other stuff a little bit faster. Plasteel we need more of. Uranium we're good. Gold we're good. Components, advanced components, of course, we've got all the steel we need on the moon. So we just need a bit more plasteel, like 440 plasteel. We upgrade our current 2 bots with the network. Hey, I'm back on the moon. These little safety pods for any moon refugees that we get for whatever reason. They are going pretty damn well. Wow, you are absolutely knocking that out. My God. Okay, well, look, let's send some steel down, because I think they've probably got enough steel to last them for all the crazy moon-based related stuff we've got. Yeah, 14,000 plus loads more to mine. So let's load up. I don't know, let's send Plato down. Let's load up 10,000? And then leave the rest up on the moon for them to do whatever it is they need to do up there. Still so many more resources too, though. I had them cancel all the other designations because there was just so much to do. I mean, look at this. You still can't select all the remaining steel on the map. I'm so sorry, Plato. This could take a long, long time. Well, oh my god. I was gonna say, well, look who's arrived, but that's a crazy amount of stuff. Thank you, Plato. 1,000 steel really doesn't seem like that much until you see it all laid out on top of a spaceship like that. My god. We have to be careful of colony wealth, though. This isn't just some sort of big free windfall, right? The more colony wealth we've got, it's already hard to defend the base, but the more hard it's going to get cumulatively. We're not playing on some mad, sweaty difficulty like usual, right? This is just Phoebe, Chillax. I actually think I moved it over to Cassandra. But it's Cassandra on a very low difficulty. That being said, I imagine our colony wealth is pretty nuts. That drop is obviously where it's in transit, but 430,000. Bearing in mind the last couple of raids too have been Manhunter packs. So I haven't really got a good metric for actual real raiders. I mean, it's very easily they could turn up with 15 or so raiders at this point. We've got to hope that these turrets are enough. You know, I almost feel like I should do something like that and then throw more turrets around the edge. Because steel was the problem before, right? But that's kind of solved itself. I became an adult already. Hello. Polpag dirt wook me. Did Tynan seriously expect us to be able to read these pig people names with a straight face? Has reached the biological age of 13. Oh, you're still 13. You're not an adult. Choose 3 skills for you to increase passion for. Wow, we did some good. Oh my god, we did some good education for you. All that Machiavelli education really paid off. I think, look. Traits. Absent-minded dog person. We'll give you animals. Okay. Can I not, like... Oh, I was hoping I could spend another point on making that a double passion, but that's alright. What do you like doing? Intellectual? Okay. You like mining as well, so there you go. Enjoy. And then choose a trait for her to gain. Mad surgeon, annoying voice, kind, iron-willed, misandrist, or psychically sensitive. I think kind. It's a wholesome day here in Wholesome Colony. We should try and get her a pet dog. So you know what? I will put that on the list of custom notifications. I guess... Oh my god, is this all that's available on our map? Chihuahua? It's as close as we can get, right? Fine. All right, there you go. Done. Chihuahua, fine. Send alert. Yes, please. And then we'll also make that a critical alert. What do you mean dog available? Oh, no! Okay, maybe I should filter it to living Chihuahua, because I feel like your heart's in the right place, but if Asimov slaps that down in front of dirt, it probably will be quite upsetting. Christmas is ruined. Dog available, and Asimov brings in the corpse of a Chihuahua. That's my fault for not specifying the parameters. What do you say? Animal details alive, preferably. So we need to say faction is not player. Is not player. Faction is not player. How the hell did I set that up before? Faction is... Oh, not faction is player. Ah, you see, I'm going backwards. We do that. Nope, we do that one. Very nice. Yes, keep. No, it's still pointing to the dead Chihuahua. No. These robots, they're morons. Sort of setting up 100 different filters to try and find every different type of dog in the mod pack. What I've done... Look, I need an animal robot named Diogenes, okay? What I've said is a dog is any living thing not part of our faction that can be trained. So in this case, in our robot minds... This is so perfect. In our robot minds, a warg is a dog, and that's debatable, and a kangaroo is a dog. That's good enough for me. I mean, jokes aside, I imagine a warg probably does fulfill the dog person. Oh, no. Okay. I imagine it does fulfill the dog person trait, right? You know what? Change of plan. We're not going to upgrade Carver or Machiavelli until we have an animal handling robot named Diogenes. I think that's really good. Now, you're probably thinking, how can we guarantee we're going to get an animal handling robot? Every robot we've established so far, of course, have had random personalities, and that's a great point. But luckily, these things here, these network database, and the network analyst as well, can produce skill points that, as far as I can tell, we can give to the robots. I haven't obviously played around with this yet. I haven't plugged them into power, but we'll see how this goes. That way, it doesn't matter what we roll. We can always just eventually turn them into an animal's bot anyway. Yeah, there we go. Look, so we can set them to either produce skill points, to either security mode to prevent hackers. Remember, we got a brief pop-up about that before, which I presume just disrupts network function. Like when we were downloading the brain from one DALL-E bot into the other, maybe if we got hacked, it would have turned him hostile or something like that. I have no idea. Again, it's been a long time since I've used this mod, and it's changed a lot since then. So, then we've also got, oh, we've got hacking mode. Hello. Allow for the usage of hacking points to engage in nefarious activity. What can we do with that? Attempting cyber warfare directive. Oh. So we save at points and we can do malicious things. How does that fall into benevolent robots? Because if we hack the angry robots that are going around shooting humans, that seems like that would be fine. For the time being, let's not worry about it. I've got to get a dog for our pig child. Because of course we do. So the databases are the storage for the points. So these are effectively your kind of battery packs. And then the analysts are the things that produce the skill points. These are kind of your equivalent solar panels, to keep that analogy going, right? So we do need a lot more of these analysts. I presume the same thing applies to flipping over to security mode. Right, so it produces, as you can see there, 4 security points, but we don't have any available because we haven't got a network thing set up to hold that. Okay. Maybe we don't need this many databases then. I'll build a few more of these, though, the network analysts. I presume there's been a mod update or something, because I wanted to build a copy. We couldn't build a copy. I opened the research table, and look, standardized communication, we apparently haven't finished, even though we did, of course, because we built them before. Yet we've finished research way above that. So I don't quite understand what's going on there. I guess there was a mod update, and maybe it made this a higher research cost than it was before, or something like that. I don't know. Either way, we can build them now. I've reset the research tree, so that's good. Let's throw down a few more of these ones. Oh, maybe I want to wait for the tier 3 droids first. Okay, let's get a few more of these built beforehand. Let's go ahead and specialize the bots now, then. I'm just going to blank everything out. Now, granted, there's some things we won't be able to do. Like, for example, Asimov is still going to have to do the crafting until we've built a crafting bot, etc., etc. And we're going to probably have a lot of them falling back on things like deliver, hauling, cleaning, all that basic, boring stuff. But I think it's probably more likely we're not going to have enough work for them to do more than have too much work for them. I think the growing bot might struggle. Asimov is still going to have loads to do. So let's keep you on construction, repairing, then, of course, crafting as well. That's a necessary evil. I can't exactly take him off of that, right? Then research. I think that's okay. We need a dedicated building bot, because, of course, that used to be kind of Plato, Descartes, and Cicero before we blasted those off to the moon. Carver is a dedicated mining bot. You're always going to have stuff to be drilling, but it's not exactly going to be some mass drilling operation destroying the planet with one friendly little guy. Plato, you're going back to the moon. Curious on medical. I need a backup job for you. Maybe you could be our researcher, too. That seems alright. You could consider cooking a form of art. So we're going to have DALL-E, at least until we get a dedicated cooking bot on artist and cookery. Though I love this idea a lot of specializing the robots. We can't just have the whole colony shut down because we don't have them, right? Machiavelli, you're on social. We really should have you on wardening as well. The hell else am I going to get you to do? Research? It's always a good backup. Scanning too. Carver was originally the plants character, but became a better miner. So we do need a dedicated growing bot, but I'll make that your primary job, and then you can fall back on just deep drilling forever, I suppose, when that's done. There we go. That works a lot better. I prefer that a lot. Now, not everybody's just going to be sat in the research lab all the time. But you know what? We don't really need a construction bot, do we? Because we've got the mechanoids. So I'll go ahead and I'll take Asimov off of that, unless there's any skilled work that they just can't do. Work skill of 10. Okay, so Asimov will have to do some more of the advanced stuff, but Trash Gordon can do everything that we need to be done, like building a lot more anesthetic turrets. The question is, how do we spend skill points? So let's take Asimov, for example. Let's take somebody with a far less cluttered bar. Skills. This is cool. Oh, man, that's so cool. Okay, so inject points into shooting. We can also improve their passions as well. Ooh, you need a lot of points, though, to upgrade it, huh? To upgrade a passion, we need 4,166 points, so it's certainly not cheap. Interesting. We've got 124 available. We've only got one cabinet doing it, but being able to give a character a passion like that is really, really fun. You robots better not be destroying the seabed again. What have I told you about that? Oh, no, it's like hideously slow. Okay, we're good. When we get centipedes doing it, I won't be so upset about that. I think I'll just take away the robots' jobs. I think the humans should stick to a sleeping schedule as usual, and then let's have some like dedicated rec time for everybody in the evenings. I think that's quite nice. There you go. 4 hours of rec time every day right at the end of the day. We need a dedicated rec room too. Let's get rid of this. As nice as it is to have a hotel lobby, totally functionally useless. Let's make a proper dedicated recreation room so they can all hang out and be... Look at that. They can all be good friends. Bravo, Dali. Sofa? Is there something like that? Stockholm? That'll do. Fine. We haven't got the cotton yet, but we did just expand out the hydroponics bay to allow for some more. Do we have any of that Garanlan? Sorry. How the hell have we got human leather? Okay, maybe we'll throw that into the incinerator in a second. Can any of these work? Damn. Okay, you know what? Let's just queue up the cloth one. Oh, shit. Speak of the devil. 3 mechanoid raiders. Oh, wow. It's a caretaker mech, too. What the hell do we do about this, then? What are those weapons you've got, too? Inferno rifles. Okay. What the hell do I do? Maybe we could very quickly build some real turrets, but I feel that's not really in the spirit of things, is it, at all? How does a non-lethal colony deal with a very lethal threat? I could build, sure, EMP grenades, EMP launcher. That doesn't take them out permanently, though, does it? We're just gonna have to build some weapons. They're not going to be happy about that, but we also... It doesn't count as harming people, though, does it? They're not going to get to harm someone negative, so I guess it's fine. Shit, we've done no weapons research at all, though. The best I've got are, like, auto revolvers, auto pistols. Yep, auto revolvers are, in fact, at the top of the list. How quickly do you think we can throw 2 of those together? If not more, because it's going to have to be bloody fast. Oh, my God, you know what? There actually might be time. Holy crap, we might at least get 1 or 2 done. Carver, Machiavelli, let's get you over here. We can also metagame it a little bit. And, oh my god, a masterwork one, thank you. We can also metagame this a little bit in that we can wait for them to enter the kind of quote-unquote kill box, the tranquilized zone, have them shoot at the turrets while they're powered. We're gonna lose a lot of sleep gas doing this strategy, but that they can shoot the turrets, and then hopefully our people can at least do some damage to them. Because I really have nothing else at this point. Very fortunate that it was a caretaker. This is like a real good wake-up call, because these things are really bloody slow. Machiavelli incapable of violence, fine. Curie, I guess you're just gonna have to take up arms here. Who's good at shooting? Maybe that's a better question. Dali is... Asimov is pretty good. All that tranquilizer practice is come out handy. I guess we're gonna have to make some more components, too. This is ridiculous. Thank God we got the world's slowest mechanoid. Go, 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 go. We're barely going to have time to make any more weapons. Done. Right, go. Go, Asimov, for God's sake. Maybe we get some of the... yeah, this is a good idea. We'll get some of the other bots to throw down a couple of cabinets to help speed things up. Gordon, Big Wiggly, we're going to need some help here, my friends. Run fast. This is ridiculous. This is so silly. There you go. A weapon for Dali. And then a gun for Curie as well. I cannot believe you've done that in time. Legendary behavior. I mean, this is the payoff of having 17.5 crafting, eh? I guess that's going to have to do it. We're just going to have to hope that's good enough to get things going. Carver, come down here. Let's turn the gas and the turrets back on, just to draw them as a distraction. Machiavelli is incapable of violence, and Dirt and More, of course, we are not putting on the front line. In fact, we're going to get them to the emergency community center for lockdown. Let's see what the hell we can do. The gas does not affect mechanoids, I'm gonna presume. You never know. It's an old mod. Maybe it has some weird side effects. Okay, it does not. It's a little bit disappointing. I'm gonna presume the tranquilizer turrets will do damage, even if they don't obviously tranquilize. Let's put you down there so you're inside the shield. Oh yeah, this is big brain time. Oh yeah, this is big brain time. Are you telling me there's a chance? Follow it, follow it, follow it. Just move forward with it. Yes. You can't even contend. Machiavelli! You can't even contend with such enormous brain power. Okay, here come the other mechs. Can we kill this before they get through? You're not affected by solid gas either, are you? No? That's unfortunate. Come on. Shit. Okay, Asimov, let's move you over this way. And let's get you to kill Robot. They are firing at the turrets. It worked. Okay, fire at you. We've got some actual dangerous ones coming in, so I'd rather... Asimov! Oh my god. This is such enormous brain. You will never get this. You will never get this. We've got a Lance with another Inferno launcher. Let's kill that first. I'm not sure this thing does any damage, right? I think they crush you if you get really close. I seem to remember something like that, but no, they're just a vulnerable shield dome. Oh, cool. No problem. Actually, not a problem. All right, now we start running. Machiavelli, go turn off the gas really, really fast, because I have a feeling I'm going to have to make some more containers after that. Ah! Well, that was close. Hey, that wasn't bad. Are you upset about that? Are you fine with that? Ravenously hungry. Okay, so you need more power. You need a hospital, which... Oh, has that still not worked? Hospital there. And we do have a quote-unquote hospital on the moon. It does count as a hospital building. Weird. I wonder why that's not working then. That's unfortunate. Well, that's all right. I mean, we won't worry about it too much for now. That could have got a lot worse, but that was a fantastic wake-up call. I think what we'll do then is let's throw down a weapons locker in here for some... basically for the lethal and non-lethal weapons that we want to keep as a backup in case something like this happens again. You never know. We might get centipedes. We might need something to fall back on that's a bit more substantial than a bunch of auto revolvers. Then we got more wild dogs. A badger. A badger is a wild dog. You can't argue with it. Okay, 1 tier 3 android. Let's get you rescued. Preferably don't leave them on the floor. Let's turn this into a medical bed. That might make more sense. If we do that, there we are. Blank. So do we take a gamble and have this initialized as a fresh robot? Hope we get some animal skill with it. Call it Diogenes. Or do we upgrade the people we've already got? I just feel like they deserve it a bit more. I'm going to take another gamble on just downloading their minds without... no available targets for operation. Hang on. Right, that's correct. Don't we initialize it from SkyMind? I feel like the robots we've already got deserve to be upgraded first then. Initialize from SkyMind. Carver. Carver is keeping the lights on, metaphorically, is keeping more androids being produced because Carver is the one drilling the plasteel very carefully, very cautiously. You know what? A better body for Carver. Then you've got the drill arm, right? So we should definitely take that off of you and give it to the new one. But we do also have a bunch of... so this is all mechanoid upgrades, but we do have a bunch of modules for the robots too. Let's throw down somewhere in here a mechanical parts workbench. That's all we're missing. Remind me, what the hell did we have researching before? I guess we'll start with just those and generate a few more fragments. Bruh. Maybe we'll generate a few more fragments before we go but well with that. Let's go Gluttonet hubs and then what did I say? Research. That was it. So for a mechanical parts workbench, oh my god, there's so much. Holy crap, it doesn't end. Rending arm. Scalpel arm is perfect for Curie. Oh, this is cool. Victual assistant chip. What did they do is probably a better question. That gives, butchering, cooking. Okay, that's quite nice. Social assistant, perfect for Machiavelli. Scalpel arm gives a lower labor speed, but a whole bunch of medical bonuses that, of course, we've got to go for. Rending arm gives, butchery, shredding, basically anything that's reducing stuff down, right? Psychic assistant, probably not so relevant. Pacification arm? Cooking speed. Oh. Dangerously high temperatures and able to vent heat upon impacting something. Oh, that's fun. So it does damage, but it also has some fun little cooking effects there too. Mining arm, perfect. Okay, that's good. The problem is our plants, robot, and mining bot is the same bot. So I guess we can make a... Oh, Jesus, there's so much. Cultivation assistant, controller assistant, construction assistant, combat assistant, agri-arm. I guess we'll make one of those to go with the drill arm for Carver, and then we can split them out later on when we get another, like, dedicated agriculture bot. My god. And then we've got all of this basic stuff. I presume every robot can have this as kind of a foundation level. Advanced legs, better mechanite storage for self-repair, I presume, coolant pumps, bioreactors. Would make sense to queue up a whole bunch of stuff to make the robots more efficient, given that that's the whole aim of the game here. So better heat sinks, better battery packs. Let's stick with the things that are going to keep the colony running for a little while. While Carver's down, can we take away the arm? Can we remove part left arm? Let's see if we can do that without upsetting the... This might be a bad idea. Hey, there we go. SkyMind complete. I didn't even have a chance to make the part packs before they were transferred over. So let's take you off the network. Carver is the purple droid now. I like that. There's a little more independence. Do you not have any eyes, Carver? Okay. Well, I guess that'll do. Fine. For whatever reason, the same thing happened to Dali. It's probably my crappy facial animation patch, I'll be honest with you. For whatever reason, only certain types of eyes work on the fresh robots that we build. Like the bionic eyes and the, apparently the big, enormous eye. For whatever reason, standard eyes don't work. I'll have to try and fix that. Don't get me wrong, I love enormous eye Carver, but it's a little frightening. Old Carver body. Let's take your left arm. We should have the packs to do that now. Or not. Or not. What's wrong? Why can't we make those? Completely out of plasteel, because Carver's been transferring his brain over. Very uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable on a lot of levels. Oh, that's cool. So it'll actually notify us when we are at max capacity for our skill points. I think we've got to... I think I want to make the other android body from Machiavelli. It's, again, plasteel problems, right? We'll make the other android body from Machiavelli. Then we'll expand out the server so that we can store more, because each one adds 1,000. So even just to change a basic passion, we're going to need 5 of these minimum. Oh, never mind. That's cool. It's still 100% body part efficiency with the mining arm. So I'm going to give Carver 2 mining arms instead. And then you can still do your farming work just as well. Just some friendly, enormous-eyed, drill arm equipped robots. There you go. Sounds like a 50% increase to deep drill speed. That's fantastic. Now with all that plasteel, we can do stuff. Now I said also we weren't going to get through all that steel. Yet simultaneously we've only got 1,300 left. My God. Oh my God, another one. Okay. Hello. Well, we're a bit more prepared this time. Oh shit, but so are they. They've realized that fire weapons not as useful against big metal creatures. Oh, the ship's just landed. Plato, hello. I sent Plato with a bunch of steel and gold so that we could try and build that last robot. Do we have a spare weapon for you? Probably not. Take this club. Got mechanoids to beat. Oh, wait, you've got a jump pack? Of course, the spacesuit has a jump pack. I think the plan is exactly the same as last time. Get in there, destroy this thing as fast as possible, and hope we kill that before the others turn up. Like how we've gone from no mechanoids at all to shitloads of mechanoids, like exclusively mechanoids. I'll take another Chihuahua raid if it's not too difficult. Oh God, please send me more Chihuahuas. Please. That was a lot easier than this. Ah! Don't kill Plato. Shit, that's a Lancer. Carver, get down. Get down. What is that you've got equipped? Charge lance rifle. Oh, that sounds friendly. Ooh! Plato. Space pack away. Amazing. Curie, okay. That was a little dangerous. Okay, oh, you've already built the blank. I didn't even notice. Right, so what we'll do then is we'll transfer Machiavelli over to the tier 3 blank. Then the tier 2 blanks we'll keep around. We'll keep in storage or just... I don't know if there's a way we can keep them on standby rather than having them work. Then we'll just have those come out as combat bots whenever we need it. For something like this, again, we could give them cataphracts armor, massive charge rifles, only ever to use against mechanoids. Especially given that that's apparently quite a big problem these days. So the final thing I wanted to do then... Oh, that's amazing. Could have been more perfect timing on that. The final thing I wanted to do, other than transfer all the consciousness, was to try and convert over Mort, I think his name is. Mort right now is very upset because Mort's ideology and Alltox's ideology is completely the opposite of what we've got, right? They want pollution. They want destruction. They hate trees. Yeah, sure, we could say, oh, but androids take orders from humans, that they wouldn't just be allowed to convert over a human, but for the purposes of gameplay, I feel like we've just got to let this slide. We're trying to show them. We're not going to force them. We're not going to imprison them and make them convert, right? We're trying to show them there's a better way. Come on, masterful. Hey, there you go. Amazing. Oh, problem solved then. We do still have to convert over Dirt as well, but Dirt's ideology isn't super against our own. The final update then, I suppose, ignore the comment music, don't worry about it. The final update then, I suppose, is let's blast Plato back to the moon, and let me show you the crazy moon plan that I had going on. So in each of these sections, we're going to need heaters, otherwise... Sure, we've rescued a person, we've stopped them being out in the vacuum of space, at least when the doors are built, but they are still gonna freeze to death. It's minus 100, you're not gonna survive very long in that one. Even if we do get them spacesuits or whatever, I mean, there's so many spacesuits we're gonna need. This way we can at least keep them there, maybe donate them a spacesuit, get them to the spaceship, send them on the planet, and take the robot out of this place afterwards. There's ways to work around it, right, with this setup. Problem is, I am still having to lay power cables across the entire bloody map, so it's very, very, very slow going, but they've done a pretty good job. We just need a bunch of more components for the auto doors, a bunch more components for the actual heaters themselves, and then of course to lay all of the stuff and build it. Then I think we're done. And they are capable of crafting components. Granted, they've only got 8 skills, so it's 1 at a time, so it's pretty slow. Could have done with a second fabrication bench in hindsight. But they're keeping on top of the biofuel, so we've always got enough going on here for... Can I select... Hold on. So we've always got enough for multiple journeys. There's like 300 chem fuel in storage too, so everything's going pretty smoothly. And then eventually we'll set the ground penetrating scanner and all the deep drills up on the moon, and then they can just do that. They can just feed us the resources that we need over and over. I'm not going to immediately send Mort back to the recycling plant. Dirt I'm happy to keep because she was a child that's been raised by these bots. I think she would be happy to stay here, but Mort, don't forget, came with 2 other people, both of whom are still at the at the recycling plant. So we'll probably want to send... We've basically just taken Mort away from his family. He's only 13. So I feel like we'll give him a couple more quote-unquote years here, and then we'll send him back afterwards. And you know what? It's the final thing to do to say that, yeah, we completed that goal that I've set out for the first time maybe ever this series. Let's transfer... Let's transfer, or at least start the transfer of Machiavelli over to the brand new body. And then that's all of the bots upgraded as I wanted them to be. Rare robot dub that isn't set back by cold snaps, toxic fallout, mechanoids, angry chihuahuas, initialized from Skymind, and Machiavelli. Amazing. There we go. We've done it. And finally, of course, thank you all for joining me today. I feel like this has been a great step in the right direction. Lots of very wholesome progress going on. A nice recreation room. We've got the robots upgraded. And I like the idea of specializing them a little bit. It gives them a bit more personality, because otherwise they're just kind of faceless robots a little bit, right? So let's carry on with that tomorrow. I'm going to have to turn off the gas in a second, because I've left that on all this time. And then I guess we'll make a start tomorrow with the android skill trees. Make those 2 other specialized droids. Maybe start work on a proper glitter tech facility so that we can not only improve people's lives, but cure them and make them better than they were. I like that plan. We've got a lot to do still. So much more to see. So many more people to convert as well. Annoyingly, the mechanoid raids means that it has slowed down our end goal of bringing kind of peace and unity to the planet. We'll get there one day. We can always go out with non-lethal weapons. Again, this is maybe up for debate. Go out with non-lethal weapons and try and capture them, bring them back, convert them, and then release them to a better world. I'm not sure. We'll cross that hurdle when we get there. Thank you to Ciceray, Kira, JG, Ryan Duffy, Ender Puppy, Bobism, Kathleen Cleveland, No Man 2000, Nikolai Nielsen, Perplexing Porpoise, Antolino, Grendeloffen, Necrophilin, Hobo Billy Joel, Sir Mike Oxlong, Boy One, Smack You, John Celtigar, Nirvana, Kingsman, The Robotic, very appropriate, The Frostbane, Blizzard 4337, Holy Reapers, Drew Whiteley, David Fisher, and El Chalupa Cabra for their support over at the executive produced tiers on Patreon. Thank you for being here. Hope you're enjoying the content. We've got more Pokemon Infinite Fusion going up on the Lisa and Sam channel. Trying to find a bit more time to do that. So if you were watching that and dropped off, go and have a look. It's a very, very well-designed game. Of course, more Crusader Kings coming in a couple of hours on this channel. Very fun times. Good RPG game. Not a map painter. Much against popular opinion. Thank you as well, of course, to Chemic Plosion, Mugwump, Drew Peanuts. Not the Drew Peanuts. Roswell, Ray, Swole Crackers, William DTV, Haley, Dennis, Jelly Hayek, Max Sharp, Loxris, Brian, Mr. Hanky, Ben Ice Cream, Red 15, Owen Powell, Morgan Little, Boop Butt, Bannigan, D's, Nuts, Cat Synergen, Blaze DX, Spartan, Voidless, Jonah Waters, Babe Lincoln, Liarden, Thaddeus, WK, and Gaming Stuff. See you all tomorrow.